Oh, there goes Karen again, going like, it worked so fast, it's good for everyone. I know the barefoot shoe thing. Well, I just started, because I can't finish it. I'm like, oh, he said this, pause the video and start talking. He said this. He's like, well, they're not, they're just why people can't just transition immediately to barefoot shoes. And I see a comment going, my feet were in mortal pain for 3 months. And then finally they were strong. And I'm like, I'm so glad I went to these shoes. I thought I would not have went to them if they caused me pain. But the thing was, when I switched to these shoes, it was because the problem that I personally was having, and many people do, it's not like, oh my God, you're so special, Karen, you're so individual. No, I'm not. But there are people that have a different, biomechanical issue than I have. But a lot of people have mine, which is we put our feet in these foot caskets, and Connor Harris calls it a sensory deprivation chambers for your feet. I'm like, yeah, I call them foot caskets. What's the difference? Okay, well, the foot is living, so I guess I'm being a little dramatic. So, and I get what he's saying. I'm like, okay, right. The foot, like if you're so used to being like a custom orthotics or very cushy shoes or whatever the shoes they're selling us, we got the elevated heel, the whole thing. My issue was, besides the same as everybody else, was all the weakness in the calves and all this other stuff, because it was from the lack of motion of the foot in the shoe. I wore Herman Munster boots for decades because I thought they were hot, because I was like this little skinny girl with these hot clunky boots, just like, oh man, I got my boots, my clunky boots. It just, I don't know, it made me weigh a little bit more because I was always like a bird, and everybody making fun of me. It's mine, that's gonna blow away, it ain't worth shit, Karen, a piece of paper. So those of you that have, overweight problem, and it's terrible, it's a drag. I'm so sorry. Then there's the flip side. I don't know, where you're ragged and you're never treated as an adult because you're too small. I don't know. Anyway, the foot thing. So mine was, when I put my foot back into regular shoes or boots, it wasn't 30, 60 seconds. The pain would start ripping. So for me, I literally had to walk out of my shoes and walk around in my socks, creep around in my socks. And I would put the boots on just to ice my feet, to put the ice around, like to prop them and hold them around my Achilles tendons when this whole thing first started. And the knees. And I'm thinking, wow. So there's ways of getting to the barefoot shoe. And as I'm looking at this video, I'm only like a couple minutes in, I'm like, well, I gotta watch the whole thing. It could be, and it seems like he's moving towards an explanation of not every single person is going to be 100% perfect in a barefoot shoe. There's still, Karen, I think he's going to say this to me, Karen, there's still going to be some, because of their structure or injury or whatever happened over here or over there, like people we see with a legit shorter leg, legitly shorter. They have to have something under that foot. Gotcha. I get it. So some people are probably going to need corrective orthotics, but my thought is that he's probably thinking what I'm thinking, which is, let's look at everything else first, unless it's obvious, like, damn, your foot's a half an inch short, or whatever, an inch shorter than the other one, for sure, no doubt, has nothing to do with the way the pelvis is arranged or anything. Yes, you need a little block under your foot, or whatever you want to call it, right? I get it. But I'll tell you, my foot pain was from restriction of the movement. My feet finally said, I'm like going, geez, feet, you could have done this earlier. They said we did, like 10 or 15 years ago. Remember you ran up and got orthotics instead of treating your knees and your laziness and sitting on the couch, dumb bitches. In the mirror, it says to me, and I'm like, I heard ya. Anyway, I know, right? Need a cup of coffee. Anyway, that's me after coffee. All right, let's learn more. Gotta look at the cyst. I think I emptied it pretty good yesterday. I gotta take all my pills. Gotta take my iron, silver, all this to fight the infection. What am I taking against the infection? Olive leaf extract and just in the, because it's infected. It's already, it's already infected. I should have been taking it before, but anyway. At least I starved it, the infection, because it likes to eat sugar and things. So at least I starved the shit out of it. It gets this little cup of coffee in the morning with 2 teaspoons of agave. That's all it gets. Because in the afternoon, the infection calls me. Have coffee. I wanted coffee last night at like 9 o'clock. I wanted it at 2 o'clock in the afternoon, and I'm like, no. Anyway, that's what I say. Peace out, man. Happy Sunday. Let's go, YouTube.